take vicious blows without flinching. Now they're taking on these pro muscle men.
Someone's gonna go down today.
It's the strange Eastern ritual where people test their endurance. Now one Westerner is following the tradition. Piece by piece, he devoured an entire plane. Now the metal-eating man goes for seconds. He can't even read, but this 3-year-old knows a new car when he sees one.
I have salesmen that don't even know as much as he knows about cars.
He's been burned, beaten, even thrown off a cliff. But will getting crushed by a car be the end of the indestructible man?
Can very well kill me.
Unbelievable? Believe it. On Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Welcome to the Ripley Warehouse. Robert Ripley was a man who was obsessed with the limits of human experience. He found, cataloged, and archived things that he felt were simply unbelievable. Robert Ripley died in 1949, but the spirit of his investigation lives on. See for yourself. They may appear ordinary, but Steve Tilson, Sherry McGregor, and Randy Marvel each possess a force so powerful they can take the most vicious blows imaginable without even flinching.
Good job.
This incredible ability to ward off attackers came after years of self-defense training with this man, Rod Sakernowski. He's a former Marine and police officer who's devised his own unique combat style that is so effective, people of any size or shape can take on muscle men like these.
It's a one-of-a-kind system because my people were trained to stand in a relaxed posture and take the strongest kicks and punches that can be delivered by any human being without any type of bruising, injury, or anything that would be detrimental to the body.
Rod first started learning self-defense techniques when he was only 10 years old.
Good.
Later in life, he began to incorporate Western military methods with the combat styles of the Far East.
I got to study under some of the world's greatest karate masters, judo masters, jujutsu masters.
Rod trains his students how to relax their minds as well as their bodies so that they can then focus all their energy away from the point of impact.
Combat key, or internal energy training, the type that we do, is both mental and physical. We coordinate the mind in conjunction with breathing techniques that allows us to stand relaxed and take these full power blows and kicks without injury.
Even his wife, Mary, was so impressed by what Rod was doing, she became a student as well.
Very good. Good job.
Oh, thank you. I feel so honored. Watching him demonstrate, it never, ever fazed me or bothered me or scared me or intimidated me in any way.
To illustrate the mental focus and state of relaxation a student maintains while being dealt a potentially fatal blow, a heart monitor was hooked up to Randy, one of Rod's students, as he was subjected to a punishing strike.
Right before the blow, his heart rate was about 110 to 120. It went up to about 126. It's 115. So it's coming down. That's normal.
His heart stays slow and steady, a testament to what Rod says is the most important part of his training.
The most important one I can think of besides the breath control is to overcome fear of being hit. And once they overcome that, the rest is easy.
Randy's next opponent is former college punter Brad Nichols.
There's not going to be any guilt afterwards.
His powerful right leg has kicked hundreds of footballs. Now, he's going to boot one into Randy instead.
I got to hand it to him. That was incredible. That was awesome.
Antonio Ime, a Taekwondo champ and ultimate fighter, who's knocked out 70 of his 72 opponents, is anxious for his turn.
I know I'm going to hurt the person who's going to stand in front of me, and I'm going to hit him with my best blow.
We want the full power thing. And if you can't take it, of course, you're going to go down. But when you get back up, you're going to be a lot wiser about it.
Randy's just shown he can take a powerful kick to the groin, but a blow to the Adam's apple is much riskier.
Well, all it takes is 8 pounds of pressure on the throat to crack the Adam's apple.
What you're about to see is absolutely not something any viewer should try to duplicate.
Hey!
It stings like somebody slapped you, but as far as my throat, that's good.
I hit him with all my strength, but he absorbed it, and I'm very impressed.
Rod's self-defense technique isn't just for men, as Sherry McGregor, another of his students, who's also a full-time martial arts instructor, is about to show you. She's going to take a shot to the throat so violent, it's difficult to watch.
Thank you, sir.
A fellow martial arts teacher follows up. Sherry again acts as if nothing happened.
It's training. That's what training does.
And finally, Steve Tilson completes the demonstration. He looks pretty much like the guy next door. His opponent is Wes Bender, a former pro footballer who played for the Raiders, Chiefs, and Saints.
Hard as you can.
Right. That's about it. It was like punching a wall, you know? Just unbelievable.
And after a punch that could have sent him to the hospital, Steve takes another blow, this time from Rich Piana, Mr. California, 1998. But even that doesn't faze Steve.
That's all I got. What can I say?
Finally, Steve sticks his neck out.
This is extremely dangerous, this one.
So all four muscle men can take their best shots simultaneously.
1, 2, 3.
Again, Steve brushes it off. And there's no sign of a mark or contusion.
40 years I've been doing internal energy now. I can't remember if anybody on my world demo team that's ever had a bruise. And we've been hit by every type of person you can think of, right on down the line. It doesn't matter who.
There are few limits to how far people will go to worship their gods. In the Hindu tradition, one of the most extreme rituals subjects the worshiper to unbelievable pain and multiple piercings. It's called Taipusam, and this Eastern tradition has become the inspiration for an American who practices his own form of Taipusam.
It's one of the most bizarre religious rituals in the world. A ceremony where devotees seek forgiveness, ask a favor, fulfill a vow, or repay a debt by piercing themselves with large lances, sharp skewers, and burrowing hooks.
Ritual piercing and other kinds of scarification of the body occurs probably in just about every society that we know. It's done for religious reasons, as an act of worship.
This is the Hindu festival of Taipusam.
Taipusam probably grew up out of regional festivals that have been going on in that part of India for as long as we have any kind of record.
Cultural anthropologist Mary Womack is an expert on Taipusam.
It's part of a particular type of Hindu worship called bhakti worship, in which you completely submerge yourself in the god.
Celebrated on the full moon day of the Tamil month of Thai in Singapore and Malaysia, it symbolizes the eternal struggle between good and evil. After a month of fasting and abstinence, devotees slip into a trance where they swear they can feel no pain.
The piercing probably doesn't hurt the way we think of it. It's probably the anticipation of it that hurts even more. Because when you have something like this happen to you, your body goes into a state of shock or trance. This is a particular type of trance. You don't bleed as much. Different kinds of mechanisms kick in to shut down body functions.
The rituals of Taipusam have also inspired people right here in the U.S.
It's more of an influential thing. obviously it's where I got my ideas from.
Bud, who asked us not to use his last name, observed the followers of Tai Pusam.
They pierce their faces with big spikes. They hang pieces of fruit all over their body. They take big pieces of wood with statues of gods on them, and they're supported on metal rods that are going into their body. And as every step they take, the rods go deeper and deeper.
Bud has now created his own personal ceremony. First, he goes into a deep trance.
Your mind is basically somewhere else. You're not really feeling what's happening to your body.
Then, he had his eyes sewn shut with sterile surgical needles. In this hypnotic state, he blocked out any pain.
It's more of an uncomfortable feeling rather than a painful feeling. Your brain is basically just releasing loads and loads of endorphins, and you don't really feel it. And you just kind of float off and go somewhere else. You know, your brain isn't really attached to your body anymore.
Finally, Bud completed his ritual by having his mouth stitched up.
I'm just on this little ecstasy cloud and having a great time.
This is a particular type of trance. And in that particular case, it's the same as the fight or flight syndrome, so that the people experience it as a kind of ecstasy, when in fact it's a body's response to pain.
And whether this ritual takes place in the West or the Far East, it's one that continues to amaze and astound.
Ahead on Ripley, inside the world's most shocking and unusual museum. Plus, this suit of armor can stop bullets and grizzly bears. But can it keep an automobile from flattening this man?
Okay, here we go!
And the amazing 3-year-old with an uncanny knack for naming cars. It's all coming up on Ripley's Believe It or Not. You're watching Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Now, it's not surprising to find a boy who loves cars. Lots of kids do. But it is a little strange to find someone who can identify every make, every model of every car in just a glance. Especially if that someone is just 3 years old.
Get in! It's okay. Get listen.
Little Drew Kuhn is inviting you to his favorite place.
This way, this way, this way.
But don't expect this 3-year-old to lead you to Toys R Us or Chuck E. Cheese. The pot of gold at the end of his rainbow is a car dealership.
There's some right here. Saving some blood.
This little guy is crazy about cars. Barely 3 and in the middle of potty training, Drew Kuhn can reel off makes and models.
That's a wool. I mean the wool.
And he can't even read.
Here's the Dream and Ultima. There's the Dream and there's the Pokemon.
It just was absolutely amazing. I have salesmen that don't even know as much as he knows about cars.
Randy and Donna Kuhn first noticed their son's amazing gift on a family trip when he was just 18 months old.
We were going down the road, and he starts saying, "Aqua, aqua." He was becoming quite livid and pointing.
That's when Randy looked up and saw the Acura right in front of them.
So I told the wife at that time, he's telling us Acura. So we acknowledged that, and he's like, yes, that's what I was trying to say.
I'm making contour. I'm making turn cars. I gotta get in the cars.
Cars aren't the only thing Drew can't resist. He's got hundreds of those shiny, colorful dealer brochures.
Where's the books at? Here's some. Here's a Stratus.
Drew loves the brochures so much, he asks his mom to read them instead of fairy tales before he goes to bed.
When the Z28 Camaro first stormed into the scene, it was 1967.
In Drew's world, the only thing better than brochures is the real thing.
I want to go to the dealership.
A day at the dealership is like a trip to Disneyland for this blonde, blue-eyed type.
You want to go inside? I'm Fireman. There's a Bonneville and Sunfire. Gwen Play.
From the front, back, or even just a glimpse of the side, Drew knows them when he sees them.
Hurry, hurry, hurry!
We have caravans outside.
It's an amazing gift that his parents plan to nurture. But keeping a 3-year-old car fanatic happy isn't always easy.
I'm going to the deep store.
Some days he gets a little insistent and pesty with the cars.
Is this the caravan?
This is it.
Well, this is the Plymouth.
This is the Plymouth. You're right.
I mean, he could go on indefinitely with exploring the car business.
But that doesn't stop them from sharing in his excitement.
We want him to do what he's capable of doing, what he's happy doing, and what he's interested in doing.
Happiness shouldn't be hard for Drew to find, especially when a simple walk through a parking lot can bring so much joy.
Ripley's world of unbelievable animals. Talk about monkey business in the wild kingdom. Take a look at this strange pair. A 3-year-old macaw monkey and his adopted pet, a chicken? Shawa the monkey and Coco the chicken are an unlikely couple, since macaws are known to sometimes eat small animals. But Shawa took this bird under his wing. Now, while the other chicks are terrified of Shawa, Coco has taken a liking to him. Chickens have been known to make good human pets, but this is the first time we've seen a chimp cuddle up to a chicken.
Psychiatric treatment has come a long way from the days of bloodletting and torture. The following tour through the Glore Museum is a roadmap of historical cruelty that points to just how far we've come in caring for the mentally challenged.
At first glance, this former mental hospital looks like a haunted castle, but it's actually the Glore Psychiatric Museum in St. Joseph State Hospital in Missouri. Here, yesterday's treatments for the mentally ill are today's curiosities. Scott Clark is the museum's curator.
As far as the believe it or not, yes, believe it. What you see here, we used to do. But I'm here to tell you also, it's not what we do now.
One of the oldest exhibits on display is the Bath of Surprise. This disgusting 17th century cure for insanity shocked people to their senses by dropping them from a platform 8 feet high into freezing water. This device comes from Benjamin Rush, the so-called father of American psychiatry. He developed this 19th century tranquilizing chair for disturbed patients. They would be strapped in it for as long as 6 months.
The hood would be lowered over the head so they wouldn't be influenced by people in the room or in the area. You could pour fluids over the head, you could bleed them, you could leech them, just do all sorts of things to them with the idea of bringing them back to reality.
Doctors believed removing bad blood would cure illnesses. They also fought demonic possession by making the body so uncomfortable the demons would be driven out. In the late 1700s, hard-to-manage patients were forced to stay in this box until they calmed down. In the meantime, they ate gruel and had to sleep standing up. But even the coffin doesn't compare to the horrors of O'Halloran's swing. This device was created in Ireland in the 19th century. First, the patient would be strapped in. Then the operator would spin it. George Glore, who started the museum, explains the theory behind this frightening instrument.
This was supposed to stimulate circulation and to remove the congested blood from the arteries of the brain, move the blood into the extremities. This was thought to clear up the mental disorder.
Another frequent treatment was the hollow wheel. This human hamster wheel was used in the late 18th century to reduce hyperactivity. Patients would be trapped on this wheel for as long as 36 to 48 hours. They either had to run, or the wheel would be spun from the outside, throwing the victims around inside the chamber. Another remedy for uncontrollable patients was getting locked in the Fulton cage. This was used until the early 20th century. It was made of 1/8-inch thick metal strap, and it was built by the same prisoners who would have to spend 2 or 3 days in there without food.
We have reason to believe that more than one person was placed in this cage at a time, perhaps 2 or 3. And certainly if they were highly disturbed, that would be a terrible situation to have to deal with.
As the 20th century wore on, doctors made what they considered great strides in psychiatry. These tools were used for lobotomies, where the connection between halves of the brain was severed to change someone's personality.
In many cases, they'd have to go back and do the lobotomy second or third or fourth time. The patients would have the side effects that they had not counted on, and maybe in some cases, the behavior would not change. If it did, they just went into the vegetative state.
One of the very strangest of the exhibits doesn't seem so strange at first glance, but it is. This is a display of the 1,446 objects that were found in one patient's stomach. Plagued by pica, an obsessive-compulsive disorder, the patient apparently felt compelled to swallow everything she could get her hands on, including rocks, buttons, bolts, screws, safety pins, and salt shaker lids.
This is probably the one exhibit that is more unbelievable than anything else that we've got. We have people who haven't been in the museum or looked at our collections for a long time, and the first thing they ask when they come back is, do you still have the stomach contents?
On a lighter note, one patient swallowed a Timex watch, and it was still ticking after it passed through.
Still ahead. Chew on this. We do lunch with a man who munches down razor-sharp metal.
Any other person would just be ripped to shreds.
Plus, the amazing acrobatic dog with a nose for stealing the spotlight. And this guy's about to bet his life on the ultimate indestructible suit.
This is the biggest test ever. 3,000-pound car dead in the chest.
Now, the odds have just turned against him.
It's do or die type of thing. Here we go.
Next on Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Troy Hurtubise is a nature photographer, and part of his job description is that he needs to get up close and personal to capture events like, say, a mama grizzly bear giving birth. So how does he do that and still protect his life and limbs? Well, he spends $100,000 and he builds a special indestructible suit. Now, if the suit can protect him from bears, what else can it protect him from? It cannot be destroyed. It feels no pain. And believe it or not, it's a human being. Troy Hurtubise built this homemade suit, which he believes makes him indestructible. And now he's out to prove it.
Let's put her back.
He'll face a 2,300-pound car that's swinging from an 80-foot crane. At this trajectory, it will hit him with 35,000 pounds of force. It looks like the real-life realization of RoboCop, but he fights his battles deep in the forest of Ontario, Canada. Troy invented this indestructible suit to protect him from grizzly bears. He's obsessed with them, and with good reason.
What got me interested was being attacked by a grizzly and not killed. It was a life-changing experience for me. It was a 3 or 4 year old grizzly. I was in its territory. Had it been a female or cub, she'd probably killed me. It was more a curiosity. I was a knockdown to the ground, and the bear left. The why about it fascinated me to the point that I returned to college and started to study the animal at length.
Troy's near-death run-in with an angry grizzly bear hasn't scared him away from bears in the least. If anything, he's become even more brazen, studying them from incredibly close range. Troy is researching a bear repellent that he hopes will prevent bear attacks. But these are black bears, pussycats compared to their cousins, the grizzly.
If you do not have a form of protection with a grizzly bear, you're dead.
Troy decided to build a suit that would allow him to safely encounter grizzly bears face to face. For that, he needed an incredibly strong material. Working in his garage, Troy has created a witch's brew of exotic ingredients. He's combined high-tech polymers with common materials like quail feathers and even spider webs.
Well, the biggest problem is collecting the orb spiders. I mean, wow, you look at an orb spider web, it's about this big. You collect 160 of those, and you might have a little thimble full if you're lucky.
The resulting material is 50 times stronger than steel and 85% lighter. Troy calls it Hertzie.
To demonstrate the strength of the Hertzie in its simplistic form, I just took a woman's makeup pad made of straight 100% cotton, very weak in its natural form. Yet if you take one of these same pads and you coat it with Hertzie and you compress it in a press and leave it sit for 24 hours, you've got a strength that is beyond comprehension. I mean, this should theoretically be able to lift up a car.
In this test, Troy tries to do just that. 4 pads of Hertzie are attached to 4 vices. They were used to lift this car. It turns out that the Hertzie is stronger than the vices.
Yeah, as you can see, those pads didn't break at all. That just slipped right off the pad.
Troy constructed his suit with an outer shell of Hertzie. Compressed air on the inside protects the occupant from heavy blows. In 13 years of research, many incarnations of his Hertzie-coated suit have been through a battery of tests that would make a crash test dummy shudder. He's been beaten and hammered, even thrown off a cliff. His latest version of the suit is even impervious to bullets.
There's the balloon right there. Did not break at all.
An arrow from a compound bow can't penetrate it.
Just shattered the arrow.
And even more unbelievable, it can withstand fire. All this in the name of research. Now Troy is going to put his suit to the ultimate challenge. This goes way beyond the realm of bear attacks. It's as much a test of Troy's courage as a test of his suit. He has no idea what will happen when 35,000 pounds of force hit his chest.
This has got to be the final test. I mean, what more can you do with this suit? For 5 years, it's been through every test conceivable by man. This is the biggest test ever. I mean, 3,000-pound car dead in the chest. You can't go anything bigger than that. I don't know what's going to happen. It could very well kill me.
Troy's greatest fear is not injury. It's something else that he deals with every time he gets into the suit.
Like, I'm a severe claustrophobic. People don't understand what terror is. When you're a claustrophobic and they put the upper body on me and shut that lid and lock it into place, you see, I know that I can't get out of the suit myself. It takes 2 men to get me out. So it's very scary. It's very cramped in there. It's very hot.
Test swings and a radar gun help physicists to determine the exact amount of force being exerted. But the car is only half the equation. He'll be standing in front of a brick wall, literally sandwiched between a rock and a hard place.
So I got a double impact. I'm going to take the front hit, and I haven't got air to fall on. Now I'm going to take a back hit at the same time. So that could be really, really serious.
Finally, everything is in place, and it's time for Troy to suit up.
I don't even see the crowd. I don't hear the crowd, nothing. I do my stretches, I do my katas. I have to totally concentrate to get inside the suit. And when I'm there, all I see is whatever's going to hit me.
I have seen patients in the past who have impacted steering wheels, and the force of that impact jarred the heart enough so that it tore the aorta, which is the main vessel coming out of the top of the heart, and that patient bled to death before we could get him to a hospital.
It's pretty close to being walked to the executioner's chair, and then they stand you on your mark, and they make sure everything's lined up and everything like that, and then they just leave you standing there. And then it's, do or die type of thing. Here we go.
This is it. The signal is given to release the car. Troy lies in a pile of rubble. The crew rushes in, unsure of what they will find inside the suit. He's dazed, but not hurt. Troy has survived a 35,000-pound impact.
I just waited for the cue man to say it's released. And when I heard the snap and the car coming, all I can see is, this red kind of glow with a black bumper. And I'm going... It hits full contract like that. Now, it blows me back through the wall. Then I hit. Bang. And the last thing that I really felt before I could see the stars and everything was bricks falling on me. Little pin drops.
Troy has never been attacked by a grizzly bear in this suit. But after testing like this, there's little doubt that he'd survive without a scratch.
Still ahead, Think indestructible man's tough? This guy could probably eat him. From shopping carts to coffins, meet the human garbage disposal.
Fast food.
Plus, she lost her vision, but that didn't stop this bowling queen from setting her sights on a new goal.
All right.
Her secret to scoring a perfect game. And it's a blast from Ripley's past with the ultimate performing booch. Next.
Bowling a perfect game is so rare, it even makes news when a professional does it. It requires extraordinary skill, concentration, and coordination. Here's a woman who has all of those things, but is missing something else that is very important: her eyesight.
Navigating the busy streets of Seattle would be a nightmare for Cece Clark if it weren't for her seeing eye dog, Akira.
Ooh, we're close. If it's a four-way stop, I'm pretty good at it. But some of the bigger towns have like the Star crossing, and I have a problem listening to who's coming and going to cross there. Good boy.
But whatever risk is involved, it's worth it. Because this visually impaired grandmother is on a mission. It's Sunday morning, and that means it's time to bowl. Cece's been an accomplished bowler for most of her life. In fact, she was considering turning pro a few years ago when her eyesight slowly started to deteriorate. It took a near disaster for her to understand how serious the problem was.
The day I really realized it is I ran into a bus stop. I didn't even realize I had veered off so much off the road.
Luckily, no one was hurt, but the doctors diagnosed her progressive loss of vision as macular degeneration, which can cause total blindness. Bowling, she figured, was out of the question.
I literally gave up probably for a good year. I was a miserable bee. I'll admit it, I was terrible. And I got up one day and thought, nah, nothing's gonna keep me down. Here, find the door, boy. Where's the door at? Here, right. Come on.
Cece set out to find a whole new way to bowl.
I use the ball return to line up. I start as close as I feel in the middle of the lane to throw my first ball.
Out in there, we went straight down between the second and third. You need to move a little bit to your left.
And my spotter will tell me where the ball went and what pins I have left. And I adjust from that, either the ball speed or my body.
You got it. Just fair.
I really had to slow down, and my game is all concentration, whereas before I could go out there and say, okay, I have to shoot second arrow. Now I have to see that arrow in my mind in order to shoot it.
Finally feeling like her old self again, Cece set her sights on her next goal, to bowl a perfect game, 12 strikes in a row.
To make a 300 game is rare, especially for the women. You'll see some in the pro circuit, but not many.
So you can imagine how rare it is for someone in her condition to do it.
I was motivated by the fact that I was told I couldn't do it. You'll never succeed. Yes, I went after it.
When she made her first attempt 2 years ago, her first 3 frames went perfectly. Strike after strike after strike. Before she knew it, she'd thrown 6 more. That's when she went numb.
I was fine until the 10th frame, and then all I could do was, I can do it, I can do it. Everybody was blocked out. I didn't hear nothing.
With only 1 strike to go for a 300 game, Cece started to falter.
When I threw the last ball for the last strike, I threw a very poor ball, and I was really afraid it was going to gut her. So I figured that day I had an angel on my shoulder because whoever it is brought it in. I was in shock.
Miraculously, the ball swerved away from the gutter and headed straight down the lane, knocking down every single pin. She'd done it. Of course, she doesn't need a perfect game to astonish spectators. Despite her loss of vision, Cece consistently throws a strike 1 out of every 3 throws.
I thought that was quite amazing, actually, because I'd never seen anything like that. I mean, she was up there bowling like she could see, you know, just like me or you.
Yes, people are amazed to find out that I am a visually challenged bowler. When I go out to bowl, especially tournaments, I get there early, hide my dog, because people will line up behind me when I'm bowling if they know this is going on.
Cece may be a little embarrassed by all this attention, but she's awfully proud of the example she set.
I hope I inspire people to go out and reach for their goals. If I could just get one person to go out there after it, I would feel like I accomplished something.
Next on Ripley's, talk about a cast iron stomach. When do you see what this guy's chowing down?
He buys razor blades, screws, and light bulbs.
It's all ahead on Ripley's, believe it or not.
Everyone develops strange cravings for foods that may not be particularly good for them. But here's a whole new extreme. Michel Lotito has long been considered a medical curiosity. For most of his life, he's been able to consume sharp, indigestible items made of glass and metal and live to talk about it.
J'ai fait ça tout petit. Et une chose, je vois que j'ai la capacité et la possibilité de le faire, bah, je me suis dit pourquoi pas. Il y a le travail, je me suis dit c'est un bon travail pour moi.
It all started when Michel was just a young man. At great risk to himself, he started eating glass. When his body seemed to handle it without a problem, it became a lifelong habit.
Watching Michel eat objects other than normal food is a very harrowing experience. My first reaction was to run away because I just thought I couldn't stand it. But I quickly became so fascinated I could not take my eyes off this guy.
An ordinary person could never do what Michel does. So although he makes it look easy, it is extremely dangerous. He believes it's just a case of mind over matter.
Je ne sens pas de douleur parce que je la contrôle. La douleur est tout ici. Si je dis non, j'ai pas mal, j'aurai pas mal.
Michel swallows nuts and bolts whole, but other items such as wine glasses and razor blades need to be chewed to a fine, grainy consistency. The obvious signs of wear and tear are noticeable when looking at Michel's teeth, which have been ground down to little nubs. His doctor has repeatedly advised him to change his lifestyle. He's warned Michel that, at his age, the internal organs could easily be punctured or shredded as the bits of metal and glass pass through his body.
I'm afraid if he continues to eat like that, he metals and razor blade and something like that, the risk is to perforate the bowels and with an hemorrhage, and he could die.
This footage, shot with an endoscopic camera, shows the pile of metal screws resting on the bottom of Michel's stomach. There's already internal scarring from the thousands of sharp objects that have passed this way, but remarkably, Michel has not had any serious medical problems so far. His doctor warns that as he ages, the risks increase.
He has a doctor who has been recommending for years that he stop doing this because the doctor is very worried that Michel is going to hurt himself.
Unconcerned with these hazards, Michel's appetite has actually grown over the years. The list of items he's eaten includes a bicycle, a shopping cart, even a coffin. But his biggest meal yet was an entire Cessna airplane, which took him 2 years to complete.
He's able to somehow direct the objects going through his body so they don't harm him. I mean, any other person eating this stuff would just be ripped to shreds.
Of course, Michel still needs to eat real food. But sometimes while dining out with his wife, Michel still likes to put on a show. When his salad arrives, he lets his dog have it. He's saving room for the main course, which he's brought along. A stomach-churning stew of metal and glass.
I am completely in awe of his powers and his ability to concentrate and not die on the spot from eating these things.
Michel has one last object to polish off. His plate.
Still ahead, human remains with a bizarre tale to tell. Inside the Ripley's vault. Next.
Ripley's travels the world looking for artifacts that wind up here in the warehouse. These are two of the more musical items. This is a Tibetan skull drum made from, yes, a small human skull. There are over 40 of these drums in the Ripley collection. And for accompaniment, we have this flute. This instrument is also from Tibet and is made from a human femur bone, decorated with snakeskin and used in a ceremony to keep evil spirits away. The bone itself was carefully curated and custom manufactured from the leg bone of a beloved deceased relative. Unbelievable? Believe it.
It's Valentine's Day, and this is what she wants. Love you.
I love you.
But this is what he wants. Chiller's got you both covered with his and hers entertainment.
Great.
A full day of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and a full night of couples Fear Factor. When Love Dies Marathon. Valentine's Day starting at 6 a.m. Only on Chiller. Scary good.
I love you so much.
What is that? Zombie virus. It's a virus that's transmitted through human contact.
What are you doing? Don't open the door.
Do you know anything? Zombies can't talk.
I can't believe I'm gonna die a virgin.
Based on the real live-action game that took college campuses by storm.
Live, here comes round 2.
Humans vs. Zombies. Premieres Friday at 10. Only on Chiller. Scary good.